The Ethiopian Bible, often shrouded in mystery and controversy, holds a special place in the annals of religious history. Its pages, written in the ancient Ge'ez language, are filled with stories and teachings that have shaped the faith of millions over centuries. Yet this sacred text is not just another version of the Bible as we know it in the West. It is a unique compilation of 81 books, some of which are entirely absent from other Christian canons. The mere existence of these additional texts, coupled with the Bible's profound influence on Ethiopian culture and identity, has led to it being revered by some and banned by others. To understand the full scope of why the Ethiopian Bible faced such opposition, we must journey back through time, exploring the origins of this ancient text, the theological controversies it sparked, and the socio-political forces that sought to suppress it. In the early days of Christianity, as the message of Christ spread across different lands, it was interpreted and recorded in various ways. The Ethiopian Bible, known as the Ethiopic Bible, was one such recording, but it was unlike any other. Its origins can be traced back to the earliest centuries of the Christian era, at a time when Ethiopia was emerging as a stronghold of Christian faith. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church, which would come to adopt this Bible, developed its own distinct theological traditions, partly influenced by Jewish customs, owing to Ethiopia's ancient connections with Israel. The Ethiopian Bible is written in Ge'ez, a Semitic language that once thrived as the liturgical and literary language of the region. The text itself is a monumental collection of 81 books, a stark contrast to the 66 books found in the Protestant Bible and 73 in the Roman Catholic version. This vast array of writings includes the familiar books of the Old and New Testaments, but it also contains a wealth of other texts, many of which are unknown or unrecognized by most Christians around the world. The presence of these additional books is one of the key reasons the Ethiopian Bible has been regarded with suspicion and, at times, outright hostility by other Christian groups. Among the most notable of these additional texts are the Book of Enoch, the Book of Jubilees, and the Book of Baruch. These books offer a unique glimpse into a spiritual world that is far removed from the more familiar stories of the Bible. The Book of Enoch, for example, presents a detailed account of the Watchers, angels who were sent to watch over humanity, but who fell from grace by engaging in forbidden relations with human women. This union, according to the text, led to the birth of giants, beings of immense power and wickedness. The narrative then follows the dire consequences of this rebellion against divine order, painting a picture of a cosmic struggle between good and evil that is not found in other Christian scriptures. The Book of Jubilees, often called the Little Genesis, recounts the history of the world from creation to the Exodus, but with a heavy emphasis on the observance of divine laws and the sanctity of ritual purity. It is a book that underscores the importance of living a life in strict adherence to God's commandments, offering a perspective that is both profound and, at times, austere. These books, along with others included in the Ethiopian Bible, have often been seen as mystical and otherworldly, introducing theological ideas that challenge the more materialistic and human-centered narratives found in the traditional Christian canon. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church, which reveres these texts, has developed a theology that emphasizes the interconnectedness of the spiritual and physical realms. In this worldview, the actions of celestial beings, the observance of ancient laws, and the battle between good and evil are all deeply intertwined with the human experience. This theological stance, while deeply rooted in ancient traditions, has frequently put the Ethiopian Orthodox Church at odds with other branches of Christianity, particularly those that emerged in the West. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Ethiopian Bible is its connection to the Kebra Nagast, a text that is central to Ethiopian identity and belief. The Kebra Nagast, which is sometimes included in the Ethiopian Bible, tells the story of how the Ark of the Covenant was brought to Ethiopia by Menelik I, the son of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. According to this tradition, Menelik I, upon reaching adulthood, traveled to Jerusalem to visit his father, King Solomon. There, he was given the Ark of the Covenant by the priests of Jerusalem, who believed that the Ark's presence in Ethiopia was divinely ordained. The ark was then taken to Axum, where it is said to reside to this day in the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion. This belief has been a cornerstone of Ethiopian Christianity, imbuing the nation with a sense of divine favor and a direct connection to the ancient Israelites. The idea that the Ark of the Covenant, the most sacred object in Jewish tradition, is housed in Ethiopia is both a source of immense pride and a point of contention. It suggests that Ethiopia has a unique and divinely sanctioned role in the unfolding of God's plan, a belief that has often clashed with the more Eurocentric interpretations of Christian history. This divergence in theology has not only fueled the devotion of Ethiopian Christians, but has also led to suspicion and criticism from other Christian groups, particularly those who view such claims as heretical or blasphemous. The Ethiopian Bible's emphasis on ancient laws, rituals, and the cosmic struggle between good and evil is reflected in the daily practices of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. The Church's liturgy is deeply rooted in tradition, with a strong focus on fasting, prayer, and the observance of religious festivals. The Ethiopian calendar, which is based on the ancient Alexandrian system, includes numerous feast days and fasts that are not recognized by other Christian denominations. These practices, which are seen as essential to maintaining a proper relationship with God, have often been misunderstood or dismissed by those unfamiliar with the Ethiopian tradition. The Church's adherence to these ancient customs has sometimes been portrayed as rigid or outdated, further contributing to the marginalization of the Ethiopian Bible in the broader Christian world. The Ethiopian Bible has not only faced opposition for its theological content, but also for the political implications of its teachings. Ethiopia, with its long history of independence and resistance to foreign domination, has often found itself at odds with powerful external forces. Throughout the centuries, various empires and colonial powers have sought to impose their own religious and political agendas on the Ethiopian people, often viewing the Ethiopian Orthodox Church as an obstacle to their goals. The Church's refusal to abandon its ancient traditions and its insistence on maintaining its own version of the Bible have been seen as acts of defiance, leading to attempts to suppress or discredit the Ethiopian Bible. One of the most significant periods of conflict occurred during the European colonial expansion into Africa. As European powers carved up the continent, they brought with them missionaries who sought to convert the local populations to Western forms of Christianity. These missionaries often viewed the Ethiopian Orthodox Church as a rival and the Ethiopian Bible as a threat to their efforts. The inclusion of books like Enoch and Jubilees in the Ethiopian Bible, which were not recognized by Western Christianity, was particularly problematic for these missionaries who saw them as apocryphal or even dangerous. The Ethiopian Bible, with its unique content and strong ties to Ethiopian identity, was seen as a symbol of resistance to colonial domination, leading to attempts to ban or discredit it. The Ethiopian Bible faced further challenges in the 20th century, particularly during the reign of the Marxist Derg regime in Ethiopia. The Derg, which came to power in a coup in 1974, sought to impose a socialist ideology on the country, which included a strong emphasis on atheism and the suppression of religious practices. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church, with its deep roots in the nation's history and culture, was seen as a threat to the Derg's agenda. The regime launched a campaign of persecution against the church, targeting clergy, destroying religious texts, and banning the use of the Ethiopian Bible in certain contexts. This period of repression was one of the darkest chapters in the history of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, but it also highlighted the enduring power and resilience of the Ethiopian Bible. Despite these challenges, the Ethiopian Bible has survived and continues to be a central part of the religious life of the Ethiopian people. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church remains one of the oldest and most vibrant Christian communities in the world, and the Ethiopian Bible is still used in its liturgy and teachings. The Bible's unique content and its deep connection to Ethiopian culture have made it a subject of interest and study for scholars around the globe. In recent years, there have been efforts to preserve and digitize the Ethiopian Bible, ensuring that it remains accessible to future generations and that its rich history is not forgotten. However, The controversies surrounding the Ethiopian Bible have not entirely subsided. In some Christian circles, particularly those with conservative or fundamentalist leanings, the Ethiopian Bible is still viewed with suspicion. Its inclusion of texts that are not found in the standard Christian canon, along with its unique theological perspectives, continues to challenge the boundaries of what is considered Orthodox Christianity. The Ethiopian Bible's emphasis on mystical and esoteric themes, as well as its strong ties to Ethiopian nationalism, has kept it on the margins of the broader Christian world, even as its influence remains strong within Ethiopia itself. The story of the Ethiopian Bible is one of survival, resistance, and faith. It is a text that has been both revered and reviled, embraced and banned, but it has never been forgotten. Its pages hold not just the teachings of a religion, but the history of a people, a nation, and a faith that has endured through centuries of challenges and change. The Ethiopian Bible's journey from the ancient halls of Axum to the modern world is a testament to the power of belief and the resilience of tradition. As we continue to study and learn from this remarkable text, we are reminded of the enduring strength of the Ethiopian people and their unwavering commitment to their faith. The Ethiopian Bible is more than just a religious document. It is a living testament to a culture that has withstood the test of time. Its unique contents, rich history, and the controversies that surround it make it one of the most fascinating and significant religious texts in the world. While it may have been banned or suppressed in various periods, the Ethiopian Bible has ultimately triumphed, preserving the spiritual heritage of a nation and continuing to inspire those who seek to understand the deeper mysteries of faith and history. Its story is one of resilience, defiance, and devotion, a story that continues to unfold even today, as the Ethiopian Bible remains a beacon of spiritual and cultural identity for millions.